Hello everyone. Welcome back to the quiz based on Old English language and literature. The first question: what was Neil Kerr's contribution to Old English scholarship? Neil Kerr published a catalogue of manuscripts containing Anglo-Saxon in 1957. What are the four main dialects of Old English? Mercian, Northumbrian, Kentish, and West Saxon. Which two Old English dialects are collectively called Anglian? Mercian and Northumbrian. What are modern scholars focusing on in Old English studies? Dating, origin, authorship, and contemporary literary theories. Where was the Northumbrian dialect spoken? North of the Humber River. Which famous poet translated the work The Battle of Brandon? Alfred Lord Tennyson. Where was the Mercian dialect spoken? Between the Thames and the Humber River. And which poetry collection did Dennis Lovertop publish Carmen? Breathing the Water, published in 1987. Where was the West Saxon dialect spoken? South and southwest of Thames. Which Old English dialect was the smallest? Kentish. Who settled in the Kentish region? The Jutes from Jutland. What is the Old English word for evil? Yaffle. What was the Old English plural form of food? Fot, fet. What is the first recorded Old English poem? Carmen's Hymn. Which of J.R.R. Tolkien's works were influenced by Old English heroic poetry? The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. What was the Old English plural form of mouse? Mouse, mice. What is the title of John Gardner's novel that retells Beowulf from the antagonist's perspective? Grendel. Who translated Beowulf in the 19th century? William Morris. Which poet translated The Seafarer? Ezra Pound. Name two modern English poets influenced by Old English poetry. Ezra Pound and W. H. Auden. Which poet wrote Carmen based on Bede's account of Carmen's Hymn? Dennis Lovertop. Which poet wrote Whitby Sir Moyola, a version of Carmen's Hymn? Seamus Heaney. Which poet included Carmen's Hymn in a Moisant and a Gravel? Paul Muldoon. Which poet wrote a Carmen song in a Queen for Son? U. A. Fantrop. When did Seamus Heaney publish his translation of Beowulf? In 2000. What a unique stylistic element did Seamus Heaney use in his Beowulf translation? He incorporated Irish diction. What was Seamus Heaney's goal in using Irish diction in a Beowulf? To give the poem a special body and a force and connect it to his Ulster heritage. What is the goal of the Old English Poetry and a Facsimile project? To edit and annotate the entire corpus of Old English poetry with the digital images and modern English translations. Which Anglo-Saxon king wrote prose and translated Latin books? Alfred the Great. Which Old English dialect has the fewest literary remains? Kentish. What two forms did the West Saxon dialect take? Early West Saxon and late West Saxon. Which English king promoted early West Saxon as the standard dialect? Alfred the Great. Which Viking invasions influenced the Old English dialects? The 9th century Viking invasions of Northumbria and Mercia. Which dialect influenced the late standard form of Middle English? Mercian. What type of evidence are used to study Anglo-Saxon settlements? Medieval texts, linguistics, archaeological, and genetic evidence. What do medieval texts emphasize about the Saxon settlement? Saxon settlement and violence in the 5th century. What is one theory about the impact of Germanic migration on local populations? That large parts of England were cleared of prior inhabitants. What is an alternative theory about the migration? That it involved a small number of warriors who influenced the local culture. What archaeological evidence supports the theory of acculturation? Continuities in settlement patterns and land use with the Romano-British past. What did a major genetic study in 2022 reveal about Germanic migration? There was significant immigration from northwestern Germany. What does genetic evidence suggest about intermarriage? Germanic immigrants intermarried with local Britons. When did migration from Germany to Britain continue until the 18th century? Where was the genetic impact of Germanic immigration strongest? In the east of England. How did burial practices support theories of rapid acculturation? Individuals of different ancestries were buried in the same new ways. Who wrote one of the few written accounts of early Anglo-Saxon Britain? Gildas. When did Gildas likely write his account? in the early 6th century. What event did Gildas describe involving the Saxons? A conflict where Saxons, invited to defend Britain, seized the control instead. According to Gildas, who ruled Britain after the conflict? Tyrants or kings instead of Roman administrators? Which historian, writing over a century after Gildas, described Anglo-Saxon kingdoms? Venerable Bede. Which work erskines the first English history book? The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle.